Hello friends, so now we have started creating React point of sale application by creating login component. So first we have to creating components directory under this frontend/src directory. And under this components directory, we have create one new file with name like login.jsx, and under this file, we will create login page components. Now in this file, we start by importing React and the use state hook. React is the library that lets us build user interfaces, and use state helps us manage data, like the user data like email and password, that changes as they interact with the form. Next, we import use navigate from React router DOM. This hook allows us to redirect the user to another page, like a dashboard, after they log in successfully. After this, we import Axios, a library for making HTTP requests. We will use it to send the user login details to a backend server. Next we want to import Bootstrap library, but before, we want to download in our frontend project. So here in frontend code terminal, we have run this command, so it will download Bootstrap 5 library in React project. Now in login.jsx file, we have write this code, so here, this line imports Bootstrap's CSS to style our login form, and giving it a clean, professional look with pre-built classes for layouts, buttons, and more. Now here, we define a functional component called login. This component represents the entire login form, and its logic. Under this component, first we use the use state hook to create a state variable called email, with initialized as an empty string. And here, set email is a function, to update the email value, when the user types in the email input field. Similarly, we create a password state variable, and it also starting as an empty string. And set password updates is a function, and it will update password value when the user types their password. Below this, we create an errors state variable, with initialized as an empty array. This will store any error messages, like email is required, to display to the user if they make a mistake. After this, we call use navigate to get a navigate function, which we will use later, to redirect the user after a successful login. Now we define a function called handle submit, to handle the form submission. Here the async keyword means, it can handle asynchronous tasks, like making API calls. And the E parameter represents the form submission event. Under this function, we have to write e.prevent default function. So this code prevents the browser from refreshing the page when the form is submitted, which is the default behavior, but we want to handle the submission ourselves. Below this, before checking the form, we clear any previous error messages by setting the errors array to empty. This ensures a fresh start for each submission. After this, we have to check if the email field is empty. If it is empty, then we need to show an error. If the email is empty, so we add the error message like email is required to the errors array. And here, it keeps the existing errors and adds the new one under this error array. If there is an error occur, we exit the handle submit function early, with return to stop further checks. After this, we checks if the email follows a valid format by using a regular expression. Here this pattern ensures that the email has characters before and after an ampersand symbol, followed by a domain. If it does not match, then it will be invalid. If the email format is invalid, then we add invalid email format to the errors array. And we exit the function if the email format is invalid to stop further checks. After this, we check that if the password field is empty or not. So if the password is empty, then we add password is required to the errors array. And we exit the function if the password is empty. So here, our function is ready for validate form data. Now we start the JSX, which defines the structure and appearance of the login form. Under this, the main tag wraps the main content of the page, which is our login form. Under this tag, we use a Bootstrap container class to center the content and give it consistent padding. Now for display login page header, which displays a centered heading, React Node point of sale system, with Bootstrap classes for top and bottom margins. After this, we create a Bootstrap row to organize the layout, using a grid system. Under this tag, create empty column, that takes up 4 of the 12 grid columns on medium screens, creating space on the left side of the form. After this, create column also takes up 4 grid columns, centering the form horizontally. Next, under this tag, we use a Bootstrap card component to give the form a clean, bordered look. In this card class, create the card header displays a bold, admin login, as title at the top of the card. After this, the card body contains the form's input fields and button. Now we create a form element and link it to the handle submit function, so when the user submits the form, then handle submit function runs. Under this form, first we want to make field for enter user email details. So here, we have use the email input field. The type is equal to email, which ensures the browser expects an email format. The ID connects to the label. The form control class styles it. The value is equal to email, which binds the input to the email state. And onChange updates the email state whenever the user types. Next, we have to create another field for enter password details. So here, we have use password input field. Here the type is equal to password, which hides the text as the user types. The value is equal to password, which binds the input to the password state. And onChange update the password state whenever the user types. Now we have create submit button, which triggers the form submission, and here this Bootstrap class give it a blue styled look. Lastly, we have write export default login, which exports the login component, so it can be used in other files like app.js. Now we have open app.js file. Here, we have to import login component from the components folder, so we can use it in our routes. Next we have to define a function called isLogin to check if the user is logged in. Under this function, we have to write token variable is equal to localStorage.getItem function with token variable, so here we have use localStorage browser feature for store token data. So if after refresh of web page, if token exists, that means the user is logged in. Below this we have to write return statement with double not operator with token variable. So here, if token exists then it return true, and if not, then it will returns false. So here, our isLoggedIn function is ready. Next below this, we have to write return statement with open and close bracket. So here, we have starts the JSX for the app component. Under this, we have to open and close router component from the React router DOM, which enables routing and letting us navigate between different pages. Under this component, we have create open and close routes component, in which we can define different routes or pages in our application. So under this, we have to create route component with path is equal to /. So here, we have defined route URL. After this, we want to check that user is login or not. So here, we have to write element attribute is equal to open and close bracket, and between this, we have to write isLoggedIn function, which will check that user is login or not. If user is login, then it will return true. And it will execute this code, and here, we have to write navigate component, and under this, we have to write to attribute is equal to /dashboard, so it will display dashboard page on web page. But if user is not login, then it will execute else block of code, and here we have to write login component, so it will display login page, so user can view login page on web page, if it is not login into system. So here, our code is ready for display login page on web page, and now, we want to check that it is working or not. So here in browser, we can see that login page has display on web page, so this way, we can display login page on web page. Next we want to write backend code for validate user login details.